wake me up to another good morning, time to go.
Well, hello and welcome to another edition of Rambling Rides with Amber and Rain this time. I hope everybody's doing well. It's a beautiful day here. We've had quite the highs and lows, ups and downs with weather lately, and that's very typical for Alberta, but it's been in around the mid-teens Celsius for temperature-wise, which is quite warm. This time of year is very volatile with weather, and it makes it hard to know what exactly to wear and to prepare for the day. I am wearing my long johns today, even though it's supposed to get up to 14 or maybe not quite that high today. But we always say in this area that this is the time of year when at the end of the week you have to clear all of the jackets out of the back of your vehicle, because in the morning it's so cold and you bundle up, and then by midday you're sweating, so you throw your jacket in the back seat and forget about it, and then by Friday you have no jackets left because they're all in the back seat of your truck. So it is quite beautiful. I've gotten out on a few great rides in the last week. Went with different groups of people, and I've been taking Slider, who is my younger horse. He's actually Sean's horse, but Sean's been so busy working that he has not rode him. So I've just been trying to keep him up, because the thing with young horses are, once they've been broke to ride, you want to make sure that they keep up with their training, so that because that's when their mind is most impressionable, or that's when they're learning the most. They're like little sponges, right? So soon as they're broke to ride, you want to keep up with that and keep consistent with their training. So I've been trying to ride them as much as I can, and if it's too slippery or not nice weather out, then I've been going to an indoor arena and exercising him there. And when I go to the arena, I'll usually bring another horse or two, depending on how ambitious I'm feeling and how many horses I want to ride in a day, and get them back in shape a little bit as well. So I've been mostly focusing on Sean's horses, just because they are the performance horses, and their brains are geared for let's go, go, go. And every horse is different, just like different dog breeds. For those of you who don't know horses but you know dogs, you know that typically if you have a border collie, which is what Rain is, then you need to keep them mentally and physically stimulated all the time. They need a ton of exercise, and they need to just always be active and working and have a job. Whereas a dog like, let's say a French Bulldog, I just pulled that out of nowhere, but you know, they don't require as much exercise. They still obviously need to be walked and have exercise, but they wouldn't have the same requirements as a border collie. So that's the same with horses. There's certain breeds of horses and certain bloodlines of horses, because most of my horses are quarter horses, but a horse like Hawk, who is very, very lazy and is quite content just hanging out doing nothing, and then a horse like Nitro or Slider, who has been bred to work. They're like the border collie of the horse world, and they just want to be active. So I try to keep those horses in shape and doing something to keep their mind active, whereas horses like Hawk and Cruise, they are quite content just hanging out with one another, and I still give them lots of attention, but they don't have the same requirements for constant exercise and stimulation that way. So that's an update on the horse side of things. I'm just driving to pick up some more flooring. I'm on to another renovation project. This is not the shop, the barn, or my rental suite that I was talking about before. This is yet another one. And so I've been keeping very, very busy, which it's good. I mean, and that's why I haven't been as active on social media, and I know you guys are always so supportive of that, but and it's interesting for me, because this is one thing that I've noticed. People have different views on this, but when I see someone inactive on social media, to me, that means they're living a happy and healthy life. And so that's always been my case in my life. If I'm busy and I'm active and I'm doing things, I'm very rarely on social media. And I have to actually set time aside and go, oh yeah, I should go on and make a post, or I have to kind of check in with that. Whereas if I'm bored, or I don't have a lot of things on the go, or it's cold out, usually it's weather related. If it's raining or snowing or cold and I don't have a lot of indoor projects, then I find myself on social media. So I always relate inactiveness on social media as a person is doing really well and happy and healthy and getting out and doing lots of things. So I've been wanting to show you guys some pictures and videos of the rental unit that I got it earlier this year, and it was hard because I was kind of in stages, and I was doing a little bit of the renos, and then I had other projects on the go, and then a friend of mine needed a space to rent, and so I allowed him to rent it for 3 months. And so I didn't get my full final video done, but I have some clips that I can show you. I'll put them up right here actually. And basically this space is a bachelor suite, so it's just one room. It's got a nice little fireplace and little sitting area and a kitchen, bathroom, all of which are completely brand new. So it's been a great spot, especially for me to kind of tackle a lot of the projects on my own because it was a smaller space. And a friend of mine, Frank, helped out a lot with the, electrical, and he helped me do some painting because I absolutely hate painting ceilings. So I did half and he did half. And just little things that I either didn't have time to do or just didn't know how to do. So I'm really good at the demo side of things. I love taking things apart, ripping things out, and picking things out. Everything that's in there I hand chose. I spent a lot of time in our different hardware stores, and I went with a style that's very, I don't want to say contemporary, but something that I feel appeals to a lot of people, because my style's a little bit more rustic, but I thought that this is kind of a crossover. I also found some really cute finishing touches at Quilted Cabin, and I see a lot of artwork and different things that I always want to bring home, but the cabin is very small and I've got a lot of artwork. So for me, it's like, okay, well, you can't bring that home unless you're going to figure out what you're going to take down, and then I have a big problem there. So it's really great when I can decorate new spaces because I can plan and say, oh, I really love that. That would look really cute there. So I found these 3 different pictures at Rustic Ranch that are very fitting to the space. Everybody knows I love my cows, and I found this cute little Jersey calf picture, and I love Highland cows, and I found a Highland there, and then a cute bathroom picture as well. And it just helps make a space very much suited to you and your style, but also a space that other people can enjoy too. And that was kind of the overall feel I was going with, is that yes, I handpicked everything. It's all very much my style, and I think it's beautiful, and I love how it turned out. But it's also, I believe, something that other people will enjoy as well. Our shop and barn are starting to come along. Yes, we finally have our windows installed, but I'm just waiting to set up my office because none of the window trims are in yet, or the baseboards or anything like that, so I don't want to start setting up a space and then have to move everything around because it's still a bit of a construction zone. So you know what, I've waited this long. I'm quite fine to wait a little bit longer, especially now that the weather's so nice. I'm trying to get out more and just enjoy that and start spring cleanup, which is a whole nother thing. And here in Alberta, we have such a long winter season. We can see snow, well, we can see snow any month of the year here, but usually the snow will come and go until mid-May. And so, you know, the whole yard cleanup thing, I usually like to wait until it's not as muddy and it's a little bit nicer out, because right now it is muddy season. And with the snow coming in the evenings and then drying up and melting during the day, we just get, everything is kind of a big soupy mess. So not very fun for the animals. But speaking of the animals, I have 2 Jersey cows due to calve very soon, so that's exciting. I have put them in a pen by themselves so that I can keep a close eye on them, out with Betty, because Betty is my babysitter. She is an alpaca, and she keeps close eye on all of the calves and new babies on the farm. So they're just kind of hanging out and looking very pregnant. The 2 of them are very large, and but they seem to be happy and healthy, and we're just waiting for those calves. So of course I will post updates when that happens. It's always my favorite time. Springtime is always so full of life, which I just love on the farm. And I have new chicks, so there's 4 chicks that are growing like crazy, and lots of new life. Now I do have some sad news. one of my rabbits, Strawberry, passed away. My rabbits are older, especially for a large breed rabbit. They are both, they were 7 years old. And so I'm not quite sure what happened. I just went out one day and she was laying there. So my best guess would be she died of a heart attack. But when these, like I said, these are large breed rabbits, and once they start to get older, they can have health problems. So I just want to say that you guys are always so supportive of everything and my animals, and but I've had enough time to digest it, and I'm okay. And I think that it helps the fact that I know she had a great, long, good life. The thing I'm a little bit still sad about is her brother Mimsy, who he's been with her his whole life, and they were always together. He's a little bit sad, and I've been spending extra time with him and going out and cuddling him and making sure he still gets that attention. So I've been debating. I'm on the fence right now because I wasn't quite sure if I was gonna get rabbits again after these ones, but I feel bad for him being by himself. So who knows? I might be getting another rabbit very soon. And the fact that Easter's right around the corner makes me, I'm just like, I see all these pictures of baby bunnies, and it just kind of makes me sad. But I think Mimsy would really like to have another rabbit, and so we'll see. Well, I'm gonna wrap up here because I'm just about to my destination. But I just want to say again, a big thank you to everyone who has supported me and followed me and been a part of this incredible community. I just reached 900,000 followers on Instagram, and I've never been one to really watch the numbers and be like, okay guys, press like, press follow, press whatever, because in my own opinion, this is just a place that you can come if you want to enjoy photos of my ranch and things like that. It's not something where I'm like, hey, you gotta come follow me, I'm trying to get this many followers, or whatever I might say. I just do this because I enjoy it and it's fun to share my world. And so I just want to say thank you guys, because it means a lot to me to have such a kind and caring community as well. And you guys are always there to lift each other up, to lift me up, and I try to reciprocate and just put a smile on your face. So thanks again for being a part of this community, for being so supportive of one another, and I hope that you have an excellent day, an excellent April, and that's it. That's all I got, guys. Take care and enjoy the nice weather.
We are all loved.